there we are. I've made these parts now. I ended up just starting again, and I made the screw out of M8 studding, and then just started again. I ended up drawing them in CAD on Fusion and then printing them off. So there's been a few issues. I don't know if you can tell. See, it's slightly off centre, that locking nut there. I think it's because the drill was wandering as I was making the part, but ultimately it will work absolutely fine. One thing I noticed was that the lathe was turning a slight dish or belly maybe on the parts, so I ended up having to shorten them a little bit, this one a bit more than this one, so they haven't come out exactly the same, unfortunately. I'll insert some screenshots of the part in Fusion, just so you can see. I found last week I was trying to make it up as I was going along, and it ended up being just an absolute nightmare. So yeah, quite happy with that. The knurls look alright. It's a bit gnarly there and maybe in the middle there, but apart from that they're okay. I may blacken these, but they're quite nice I think as they are. I Loctited the screws, the nut in that part, just so that they won't come out. Ended up using much less material. I think I used 180 ml of material, just through planning it. It is really quite useful to plan and organise your work so that you can see what you're doing, and it's just easier, absolutely much easier. So if you're not someone who does that regularly, I highly recommend you give it a go. So yeah, I just wanted to show you Fusion 360. If you've never used a CAD program before, it really makes a big difference. It does to me anyway. So you can see how your parts interact. You can change things quite easily, and it'll save you a lot of time. So before I would just sort of go in the garage and try and work out what I was making and sort of make it as you go, and essentially it would just be a right old pain. And then if you wanted to make two parts, you had to remember exactly what you've done. But by spending a little bit of time drawing it, designing it, and then you can print off your sheets with all of your components on. You can do I think it just gives you one sheet on the free version, but you can print it and then make it unreadable, read-only, if you want to do multiple sheets. But for a simple part like this, you can just put all four of your things on there, because yeah, it is such a simple part. Some things, for example, this I made for my van, so it's just a little shelf I can put a cup of tea on. That just went straight in the 3D printer, so it didn't need to do any drawings for that. But some things are more complicated. So if you look at the this is the tailstock die holder, and that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drawings for that. Some of the stuff is sort of nested into one sheet, but it is handy if you ever have to come back and remanufacture a part, or if you want to make another one for whatever reason. Plus it can save you time in the garage, if that makes sense. So you spend a little bit more time on the laptop or computer designing the part, and then you can just go and make it rather than faffing about wondering what you're going to do. And it just makes my life much more simple. Yeah, so I'll conclude the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry there's no machining in this one, but it was a pretty simple operation. So essentially started with the stock, and I made those two, simple turn, drill, tap, and then I made these two, again, yeah, just simple turn and bore, and then I made these two out of a separate piece, and yeah, that's just a very simple turn and knurl and drill, and tap, of course. There we are. Okay, yep, so I'll end it there. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed it.